Greetings, MFs. If you enjoy this video or the videos on the channel, please subscribe to the channel so you can see more content in the future. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Rank Everything, the show where we rank everything. I'm your host, Ryan, and today, recommended by Toasty HD 4674, we're going to be ranking which Cyberpunk character impresses an Asian mother the most. So, our tiers for today are, at the bottom we have failure, but you pronounce it as failure. Then from there we have disappointment, and then we have sad, and then we have okay, and then we have you pass at the top. None of these tiers are positive in any way because the truth is that you will never really be able to impress an Asian mother. Let's see. I'm going to try my best to remember a lot of these characters' names. A lot of these characters I'm looking at, I really don't know them very well. Probably because they weren't, I don't know, they weren't major. But okay, so I think this first one is Atom Smasher, who ends up being like the final boss of the game, sort of. So Atom Smasher, he betrays. So the story of Cyberpunk was not complicated, but it was one of the things where you had to pay attention to it to really understand what was happening. So I think it was that Atom Smasher betrayed Johnny and got with the big corporation that's the enemy in the game, or that's evil in the game, and so I think that's. But he ends up being really successful. He's really high up in the company. I mean, I think the mother would say he's okay. That's what you say. Alt. I think that's what her name was. She was the girl that Johnny was in love with. They have a love making scene in the game where in first person, it's kind of uncomfortable the way that the camera the way that the camera is done, but yes. So, so she's like a genius, right? She's like a hacker supreme. She gets lost beyond the black wall or whatever that hacking place is called. She achieves what is basically transcendence and all that other sort of stuff. But she's not a real person anymore. Technically, her spirit is stuck inside the thing. I don't know. It's sad. We're gonna say sad. This lady, don't remember what her name is, but she helps us get to where Alt was inside of the hacker space. Failure. Don't remember what her name is, but she's the bartender lady. Also, didn't know that she was trans until I saw the trans flag on her car, because you do the racing missions with her. Which I thought was cool. I like it when there are characters in games that are representative of those types of people, but the fact that they are, that isn't their whole personality. Never would have guessed that she was trans if I had never seen that sticker on the side of her car. And then I read her character profile, and it said right away that she's trans. Very cool. Okay. I mean, she I don't know, she doesn't own the bar, but she runs the bar. The bar is super successful. Anybody who wants to be anybody is in there, getting drinks, making names for themselves. She's a really talented street racer. Sad. Delamain. So Delamain's not a real person. He's an AI that does the taxi service around town. He's got his own building where he just does AI things. So I mean, can an Asian mother truly be disappointed in an AI for I mean, because it's a successful business, but you do have that side mission where you grab all of his like alternate personalities and do stuff with them, and it's okay. Dexter, I think this was Dexter Deshawn, big asshole at the beginning of the game who betrays you, and then he ends up dying. Failure. Evelyn, I think is what her name was. She's this like stripper lady that you help out toward the beginning of the game, sort of when we're still like in the prologue and stuff like that. Sort of whenever we're still in the prologue and stuff like that. I mean, she dies really early on, and she's just like a very she's like a very depressed prostitute, basically, and she would definitely be considered a failure in the Asian mother's eyes. Okay. I think this is, let me look closer. This might be the, sort of towards the end of the game, we save this girl's life, who's like the daughter of the major corporation that we're trying to take down, and she ends up being pretty cool, and I would say that she probably is, she's definitely that kind of thing. I mean, she's probably like our first like U-Pass, because she's just in that she's in that kind of family already with these expectations of us like that. Okay, Jackie, love that guy. He also dies very early on in the game. It's really fucking sad when it happens. Jackie gets disappointment level, just because he's not so sad to be down here, but he just dies early on, so he can't do anything else. Okay. This guy, I don't remember what his name was, but he's a priest. Obviously, you can tell because of the actual cross on his around his neck. I mean, he's a priest. Priests don't make crazy money or anything like that. You know, they don't. I mean, it's just like, priests don't make crazy money, but they're loved by everybody, usually. He probably goes in the disappointing category. Johnny. So Johnny is, the dude stuck in your head for the whole game. And, so Johnny is kind of an asshole. Like he the way he dies is like a full blown terrorist act. Like that's crazy. Like he sets off a nuke in the city, like 50 years before the game takes place. Yeah, because it takes place in like 2000. I want to say it's like 2017 or something, like maybe even more. I think they say it's 50 years, which means it would have been like 2025 or something. I don't know. Yeah, 2027 if it's exactly 50 years. Okay, so yeah, whatever. So Johnny, but he's like a rock and roll legend. All these other things. I mean, but then he ends up dying pretty young because he decided to go nuke this evil corporation. I just don't know if the mother would be too happy about that. He probably goes in the sad category. Judy, that's what her name was, I think. But she was like in love with Evelyn, and she was really good friends with Evelyn. She's like, if you play as the female V, you can romance Judy. So she's like a lesbian. And, I mean, she's like, she's like good with like brain dance stuff. She's very techie in that way. But, I mean, yeah, she probably goes in the disappointment category. I don't know who this lady is, actually. I can't really tell either. I can't tell if she's got dark skin or if her face is made of metal with the way the light is. She just goes for failure by default. Okay, maybe this is the daughter. I can't really tell who this is exactly because the face is kind of cut off, But this looks like the daughter that we actually rescued, so she gets a pass. Oh, I can't really tell who this is. I straight up have no clue who this is because their entire head is cut off in this image. And so, failure. Okay, I don't remember her name, but it was Jackie's girlfriend, basically. And she was like goth, did a lot of stuff with tarot cards. You could get like readings from her. You talk to her every now and again. Her and Victor were close. She worked up, like up above his cybernetic shop, or his Ripper Doc shop. I mean, she kind of just. I don't know if she sells exactly. I mean, she probably sells like that sort of, hippie stuff, tarot cards, incense. Probably she probably sells like crystals and stuff. I think that's what it was. She would definitely be considered a failure by the Asian mother. I don't remember who this dude was, but he looks like he's a military type dude, and guys in the military probably get something better. Disappointments. This guy also looks like there's another military. I'll just put these 3 military type dudes all in disappointment because they're all just going to be thought of as the same way. Okay, this guy. I think this guy was like a priest, or he's like, because it's like it's like the Mexican gang or something like that. And this guy was like sort of like a leader of it, but like I don't know where the money is coming from exactly. And so, I mean, I think that he probably gets like a sad. Pan Am. So Pan Am Palmer. She's the one you romance if you're the male V. And she's like super confident, badass girl, great with vehicles, great with tech. She's a nomad. She was living out with her people in the desert, but it's one of those things where, you can. But now she like lives in the city because she's sort of been. I don't know. But you play her storyline and things get like a lot better. And Pan Am's great. But would she be able to impress an Asian mother? No. She goes in the disappointment category. Sorry, Pan Am. I don't remember who this guy is, but I feel like I recognize him. I think this guy was Jamaican or something. I guess Jamaicans are disappointing by default. Okay. Here we have this police lady with the eye patch. She's the one who sends you on all the cyber psycho quests. They're basically assassination missions where you hunt down this cyber psycho and you fight them, and you get like a lot of money for it. She probably goes in the sad category because like it's like a noble career and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Okay, so her. Don't remember what her name is, but she was like good friends with Johnny back in the day before he died. And she's like, it's fine. I was actually upset. I missed out on the quest where you can go out on a date with her when you play as Johnny, because Johnny wants to like have like one last date and kiss with her or something like that. And I guess I got past that portion of the game where that quest was still available and without knowing it. I mean, she just in her older age, I have no clue what the hell she's doing, but she was like, she ran with Johnny back in the day, 50 years ago or whatever the hell, and she's only famous because she was like one of Johnny's closest friends, so she just gets disappointed because of that. This guy, he gets murdered by like this guy because they're both part of the. He's like the head of the family, and he's like the next in line or something. And so this guy absolutely would get a pass. The guy, successful businessman, owner of the most powerful corporation in all of Night City, that kind of stuff. Okay, this guy. Oh, I think this is Gus. I think is what his name was. He's the leader of Pan Am's Nomad clan, and then they sort of end up becoming leaders together by the end of her quest line. I mean, he's a cool guy, but he would definitely still be a disappointment in the Asian mother's eyes. T-Bug. I never understood. I think she dies at the beginning of the game because she like gets her brain hacked and exploded or something like that. I think that's what I remember. I think that's what I remember. I remember her like dying or something at the beginning of the game. I don't remember if she actually did die or if she just got like put in a coma or something else happened to her. But assuming she did die at the beginning of the game, she'd be a failure. We don't even ever like meet her in person, I don't think. This guy used to work for Arasaka or whatever it's called. But he has like a fall from grace and he asks us for help because this dude like takes over the whole company and other stuff like that. So he would get like an okay. Like he would get like a U pass, but he just gets an okay because of the fall from grace, and I think he dies too. Everybody, a lot of people die in this game. It's very sad, actually. Vector, I think that's what his name is. He's like the main Ripper Doc guy. You go to him every time you need a new upgrade or something like that. Or I think you can go to others, but he's like a good friend of V, and that kind of thing. And so, I mean, so he really likes boxing. He's a big boxing guy. He is very successful as a Ripper Doc, and Ripper Docs make a lot of money. So he probably goes up in the sad category. Here we have another. Here we have Asian mother versus Asian mother. Can an Asian mother impress another Asian mother? Man, I don't know. This lady, I don't remember a lot about her, but she sort of is like this head of this like Yakuza type thing that's separate from like the Arasakas. So she gets like an okay. Dude's got his head cut off. I don't remember who he is exactly. I think this is the guy that you can go and buy guns from, maybe. And if that's the case, he's a disappointment. Okay. This guy. So if I remember correctly, this is the guy who kills this dude so that he can become the head of the Arasaka Corporation. Okay. He like straight like full blown murders his ass. And I think that he. It's like the question of like how ruthless is this Asian mother that's judging all these people, because like if she thinks that him taking his chance and forcing himself into the CEO position is awesome, then yeah, he gets a pass all day. But if she doesn't like that and she thinks that it's crazy disrespectful and that stuff, he probably gets like a sad. I think she would think it was disrespectful, so he gets a sad, yeah. And then I got no fucking clue who this guy is. But that is it. This is the official ranking for which Cyberpunk 2077 character impresses an Asian mother the most. If you all enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this in the future. Leave a like on this video and share this video with your friends and yeah, because I want you to. Please, I want you to. Let's see. Right, I want to start a Patreon for this channel, but I'm asking you to leave a comment down below to letting me know if that would be something that you would be interested in subscribing in. It would just be $1 a month to get access to an exclusive video on Patreon every Sunday, and you get a shout out at the end of every single video here on the channel. $1 a month to get those things. But leave a comment down below letting me know if that's something that you would be willing to subscribe to. And finally, leave a comment down below letting me know what ranking you want to see in the future. Can be anything. The channel is called Rank Everything. Once again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good one.